Hello and welcome to everything you wanted to know about subject headings, or probably much more than you wanted to know. Subject headings are those key words and phrases that databases tag to articles to describe what the article is about. But there's a bit more to it than that, so let me give you a very basic example. Your grandmother. Okay, so this isn't your grandmother, but imagine it is. Let's say we were indexing your grandmother or adding her to a database, so we need to come up with words to describe her. The most obvious from this starting point is the word grandmother. From there, we might go to something much broader and more basic. Woman. Then we might add something about her physical appearance. Brown hair. And then perhaps something about a vocation. We'll say teacher. And we'll add one more, maybe something about a skill she might have. For this, we'll go with cellist, because why not? So these 5 words could constitute this woman's subject headings. But that's a pretty simple description of what subject headings are, so we're not quite finished. Because the thing is, lots of people have grandmothers. And every single one of these grandmothers is going to have a list of her own subject headings, if you will, describing her characteristics. Let's just take one of those subject headings, her name, or what she's called as a grandmother, just by itself. The variety is incredible. So now, to bring it back to subject headings for databases, instead of being actual grandmothers, let's imagine they're each an article about a grandmother. They still each have a list of subject headings, just like articles do in databases, and on those lists is the name they're called by their grandchildren, so any one of these on the screen. If you wanted to search for articles about grandmothers, you'd have to guess at all the possible names a grandmother could be called. Unless someone had taken the time to create a standardized list of subject headings, or what's called a controlled vocabulary for the database, so that when subject headings were assigned, there would be one subject heading to describe a topic, as opposed to all of these possibilities on the screen. Explicitly, what that means is that when an article about a grandmother was chosen for inclusion in the database, regardless of whether the article called the grandmother Nani, Grammy, Abuela, or any other name, the database would turn around and assign a standard subject heading, in this case, grandmother. What this means for you is that your article searching becomes much easier if you can use the database's word for your topic idea. It saves you from having to guess at all of the possible ways authors might refer to that idea. So, how do you find out what subject headings a database might use to refer to your topic? One way is to find articles that are relevant to your topic and then look at the subject headings that a database has assigned to them. For example, like this. Another option is to use a database's index of subject headings, and many databases try to help you by suggesting subject headings that might be relevant, but we'll leave that for another tutorial when it comes to the individual databases themselves. Well, that concludes our tutorial on the ins and outs of subject headings. I hope it has helped you understand a little bit better the role that subject headings play and how they can help you improve your search results. But remember, if you have any questions, just ask a librarian.